Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Inzania's Farming Tips with yours truly, Inzania. What we're going to do on this video, and it might branch into two videos, but we'll see, is silage and the 3-mix cow feeder. Silage requires a lot of work, apparently less work than I had anticipated earlier from reading, but basically, to get silage going, which you use the biogas plant, or there's one little silage bunker or fermenter at the cow stable. As you can see off here to my left, I bought this field, I've planted grass, so we're going to use the grass method, or hay method, however you want to call it, but seeing as to how we don't tether, it's not really the grass method. All you do is you put a buttload of grass in this, and you can see now it's compacting just with me running over it. I've got 2%, 13,760 units of grass in there. From what I've read, it says, one of the guys do rather, they say that if you put up to 12% worth of silage in there, that the tarp will come over. So we're going to find out, and if I have to go much more than that, then I'm just going to cancel this video. So let's hope that you don't really have to. I'm not going to spend 5 hours making silage when I can just tell you, but hopefully it'll work, and then I can show you, because you know, seeing is a lot more informative than hearing. What I've done is I've brought my vehicles over here that I'm going to need. I've got a tedder, I've got my front and back mower, I've got my foraging wagon, I've got a tractor, and I've got a grass field growing. There's a few more steps involved in all of this. As I look back through my other vehicles, I've got this guy. He's planting wheat that I need because I need the hay, or I mean the straw, to make bales. You have to have a baler in order to use the 3-mix feeder. You do not need a baler for the silage, though. So, you know, you're okay if you don't have one, for the silage part of it at least. In order to do all of it, you need the following. You need hay bales, you need straw bales, and you need grown silage. Now, yes, you can get this machine to dump without having a perfect status or supply, whatever, of all three and the right amounts, but it will not put you at 100% from what I've read. Again, this is you learning and me learning, because I'm going to be doing it at the same time. I have not done any of this yet, so it's going to be a work in progress, kind of, but we'll get to the end together, I'm sure. I'm going to hook up this just to show you, there you go, the mixing ratio, hay, silage, and straw. Your optimal point for all three of these is in between the two arrowed lines that you see up there on each bar. So you want straw to be the bottom 1/3, you want silage and hay to be somewhere in the middle. To do this, you have to have a front end loader, or you don't have to, actually yeah you do. I'm going to go to the front end loaders real quick because it's right here. You can use your Wiedemann if you've bought this for the front end loader missions. You will need a Wiedemann shovel then, so that you can pick up the silage to put into this. You will need the Wiedemann large bale fork. I've seen videos of people using the pallet fork, but the bale fork, you just stab the bale and you can then just dump it in there. So that seemed to me to be a lot easier. You do not need any of these grab forks or manure forks or any of this other garbage. You can use them, sure, but this one right here, I think will do it all. I think this will pick up the silage. If it won't, then we'll look through some of the others. But the Wiedemann grab fork hauls manure and silage, so you might need that one. We'll find out. I haven't bought them yet, so I don't know. Alright, so mixing the contents. You get them, you build your bays, your bales. You bale up your bales. You need grass to make the hay bales. Remember, you cut the grass like we did in the baling video, and then you tether it, and then if you want to, you can use a windrower, or you can just run along and pick it all up with the baler, the square baler. Silage, we're going to go over making it and all this. Straw is done the same way. Guys out there planting wheat, as soon as I harvest the wheat, it'll leave the white aftermath. You pick up the straw with the baler, and it turns it into straw bales. I've seen a guy do it online, and it looks like he only needed 2 or 3 bales of each to get started, so that's what we're going to go for, but he didn't really show, so we'll find out. Also, forgive me a little bit about the quirky because I'm still sniffling just a little bit and almost done with this cold. So hopefully in one of the next few videos I'll stop. Anyhow, back to this. We've got all of our stuff. We're ready to go. We're just, I need to back out. Of course, I'll pause the video and time lapse. I'm going to fill that silage bunker that I showed you and get it to the point where the tarp comes up. Now, when the tarp comes up, you have to dedicate 1 real hour to it from what I've read. I haven't seen it yet. Again, from what I've read. So we'll find out. You have to get it to about 12% from what somebody in the forums had said. And then the tarp would appear. I filled it up to about 7 or 8 yesterday and just said, the heck with this. This is just too much. I don't really care this much about the 3 mix combo. But if you only got to go 12 to 15%, that's not too bad, especially considering you can just use grass. I will go over at some point in this video while I'm waiting on something to grow or watching something do something or whatnot, how to do it with the chaff, which is basically chopped up corn. It's maize, corn, whatever you want to call it, run through a chopper, and then it cuts it all up and breaks it all up, and it's not corn anymore, it's chaff. So yeah, I'm going to pause this and let it all go, and I'll be back shortly when I've got some stuff to do other than just watch stuff grow. Alright guys, we're back. I've been putting that grass in here, and as you can see I got a bunch of it in there, 62,000 units. Basically all I did was I cut that grass over there like I said, and then I filled up my the big foraging wagon to about 80% was all that it picked up. But I put it in here anyhow, got the fill level to 10, and if you look, if I hit K or key R, I can blanket the silo. So let's do that. Now it's fermenting. If I back up over it, I can see that it's fermenting. You can see how much it's doing. It's at 0%. This does not time scale, apparently. I'm going to, I don't care about the corn now. So we're just going to, let's time scale and see what happens. See if old boy's right. If a good hour or 2 in game go by, or an hour. Yeah, it's not changing at all. It's been 10 minutes. 20 minutes. Yep. Alright, so yeah, you just have to wait an in-game hour. Alright, I'm going to get going on the baling. I'll be back shortly. Alright, and we're back again. I've taken and I've baled this entire field, and I will tell you one thing right now. If they need to work on anything in this game, they need to work on the daggum hail forks, or the Bale forks, because they suck, and I mean terribly suck. It's pure friggin' torture trying to pick up one of these bales, these hay bales or straw bales. It's just terrible. If anybody knows an easier way to do it other than with, of course, the auto picker upper thingy the vehicle you can buy that picks them up automatically, let me know, because I couldn't seem to stab. You can't stab the hay bales and just pick them up. I mean, you had to tinker with it. It took me like 45 seconds or so just to get the forks up underneath it, because it pushes the bale all over the ground and it just slides along with you. You can't get up underneath it. Anyhow, I finally managed to get one in there, and I brought my trailer up here, and we're going to pop to the pallet thingy. As you can see in the tractor here, I've put nothing in. Straws at 0. Everything's at 0%. I'm just going to get it within the right. Oh, don't drop. You don't drop till I get you over it at least. Alright, so let's drive over top of it. And supposedly you just turn it on, or I mean you just dump it in there. And there it went. It went inside. Yep, there it is. It's inside. So let's change to it. And it's just filled up. Okay, so it went all the way to 100% because that's all that I have. So let's see. I want to get a good mix. Oh, I'm in the wrong vehicle. There we go. So I'm gonna put 3 of these in it. and then that should ought to force me to have to put about 6 bales of the grass, and then about the same amount, equal amount of silage. We'll just play with the silage because we can dump it slowly. So we'll do all that. I'm gonna put 3 more of these in there because it's gonna take me forever. I'll do it off camera, and then I'll head over to the other field and I'll bale up some grass. Once it's grown in, I can cut it and tedder it again, and then I'll stop and show you me putting a bale of grass in, what it does. I think it's going to shoot it to, equal amounts. That's a percentage. That's a percentage of what's actually in it right now. So right now I've only got 1 bale of straw hay, or bale of straw rather. So it's showing me straw's at 100%. So you gotta, I guess, kind of tweak your mixture until you get each one in between them lines, which is kind of cool. All right, let me do what I just said I was going to do, and I'll be back shortly. Oh, looky there what I did. All right, so I guess you can poke them. You just have to get it at a funny angle, like going up at an angle. And so you push up against it, tip your forks, as you can see, up at an angle, and then run into it, and then it'll actually stab them. I was wrong. Figured it out. All right, be right back shortly. Another little click tip that I just discovered. If you accidentally put too much of something in it, you can carry it over here to a little straw thing, at least with straw in it, and sell it to lower it down. So let's see how fast it goes. If it unloads, what's that button, 2? Oops. Yeah, so you can get it perfect, exactly what kind of fill you want. Notice you've got down here on the bottom right, you've got how much of the tank is full. I put 3 bales in it, put me at 40%. That's way too much considering the straw. I need it to be at the lowest. So I'm going to sell all this, and then I'm going to go back and I'm only going to put, I'll put 1 straw in it to try and go from there. Be back shortly. Alright guys, we're back. I've baled up some of this grass, not all of it as you can see, but enough of it. Here on the screen you can see there to the left of the front end loader we've got a straw bale. There to the right you've got a hay bale. So notice the difference in color and whatnot. We found out another thing about the baler. The baler still had 2.5 or so bales of straw in it. 1, 2, maybe it was 3, almost 3 bales. And as I started baling this grass, it was spitting out the straw bales until it got to the grass bales. And I guess if you're 2/3 or 3/4 or whatever the way done with the bale, whichever material encompasses the most of the bale, you spit out that kind of bale, and then it starts with whatever you happen to be picking up now. So there's no need. Earlier I'd mentioned unloading or stuff like that on the baler in the baling thing, or the baling video. There's no unloading the baler, of course, as we discovered, so that's what happens. You just pick up a new material, and eventually it starts spitting out that material. Anyhow, brought my front end loader over here, and I brought over there the mixer, so I'm going to throw in, I put in 1 bale of hay, or straw rather, at the other location, then carried it over here. I'm going to put in 2 bales of the grass, and then we're going to go check and see if our silage is done. And from the looks of it, it's not. And it's been about 45 minutes, almost an hour. So we'll see what's going on with that and how far it is done. I've fast forwarded the time to make this grass grow, so then again, yet another proof that, yeah, you got to wait at least an hour real time. Hopefully it's not much longer than that, though. But I'll pause the video and then wait for it to be, done, and then pick it up from there. All right, see you shortly. Popping back in again, I wanted to show you the mixing ratio. Look and see, you can see the hay is in the green. The bar actually turns green. It's in the right place. It's somewhere in between them 2 arrows. But the straw is a brownish tan color, meaning that you've got a bad mix of that. It's outside of the 2 arrows. All right, back to pause. I'm back again. I keep popping in. Notice the fermenting's at 81%. Like I said, it's been about 45 real minutes, maybe 50 or so real minutes. Maybe even longer than that, actually, because I've been sitting here for a while growing all the grass, so it might have been quite a bit longer than that, now that I think about it. Probably a good hour and a half, so it might be a couple hours, actually. Sorry, I didn't look at my actual clock and see what time it was. I was kind of just going off guesstimation. So yeah, I've sat here and watched, in the background, the movie, Me, Myself, and Irene, and it's at the end of it, so I will assume that, an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes or so have passed. Anyhow, back out. I'll wait till this finishes the fermentation, and then I'll go ahead and go move my tools over here that I need, the mixer with the silage. I went ahead and bought the actual silage head for the front end loader. So see you then. Alright, we're back. I think this thing is about to kick over from fermenting to normal. I kind of wanted to let you see what happens when it does, as I see for the first time what happens when it does. I went ahead and put my little fermenting, or whatever it is, silage shovel head on my shovel, on my front end loader. So I'm ready to go as soon as it pops away here in just a couple seconds. Come on. There we go. Alright, so now we have silage. Okay, it just disappears. Kind of a letdown. I was kind of hoping it'd roll back, but... Alright, so let's get the shovel head down. And let's fill it up. How do we fill it up? Do we have to close it? Yep, you got to kind of close it. Alright, so 3,000, that's kind of a lot, but we'll see. The trailer's only going to take so much anyway, because I put one hay bale, and I put 2 grass bales in it, and it's 23% capacity per item you put in it, it seems. Yeah, so I am at 70%, so at most it's only going to take 30% of this. Alright. Let's see if we made our silage properly. Notice the icons down in the bottom right also. They're completely new ones. I've never seen these, so now we know what silage looks like. Okay, let's extend the arm. There we go. And let's drop it in. There it goes. Okay. 70%. It ain't counting. That's strange. It's still sitting where it was. Maybe that's not the right kind of silage? Let me try again. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's try again. Put some more in there and see what happens. Maybe it glitched. Now, this is grass stuff, grass silage, fermented grass. So that could also be the issue. Alright, so now we got 3,000 more. And let's see. Hopefully this works. Okay. There we go. So I just had to put enough in there for it to register. And we've got all 3 in the green at 100% full, so that's a good combination. That works. So let's move out of this. Let's get this sucker out of the way. And yeah, everything's working. This is great. Hot dog. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this up to the cow pen. I'm not going to make you watch me do that. But look at the combination. That's 1 straw bale, 2 hay bales, which are the grass bales, and then 2 shovelfuls of that silage with this, what is it, the Ember something or another, or the, I can't remember the name of it. Let's back up. There it goes. The Weedman, with the Weedman front end loader. So it won't matter. Once you put in 1 of straw, 2 of hay, it's only going to take 30% more, so you can just dump until it fills up. When it fills up, good combination. All right, I'll see you at the cow pasture. All right, we're back, and here we are at the cow pen. So we're going to load up the cows with this 3-in-1 mix, but before we do, we're going to check some stuff out and make sure. All right, there it goes. Pulled up beside like so, and you see the unload appeared. Also, if you notice down in the bottom right, the icon for this mix, it turned white, or a grayish color, whatever you want to call it. It was a murky brown when they were out of mix. So that's just kind of a notifier. You can look down there if you don't want to, if you have your tool tips turned off or whatever like that. You can look down there while you're mixing and make sure, verify that you're mixing the good stuff. So let's bring up our deal for the cows. Where's it at? Right there. Cow zone 3, productivity 44%, liquid manure. The mixed rations, I've got 0. I've got 0 silage, and I've got a bunch of grass and some straw and 54 milk. Somebody posted on the page, thank you very much, about the milk. The milk truck apparently in this game also comes and picks the milk up by himself. You don't have to bother with the milk either. So it just comes and gets it. Now, I had mentioned half and half and full milk earlier, and I didn't finish. I do that. I'm sorry. Maybe I've got ADD or something, but I get onto one subject and then move on to another subject and move on to another without completely finishing. Like I know at the end of this video that I need to finish about the corn harvesting, or the chopped corn. But I said that you could get half and half milk. Well, if your milk productivity, your cow productivity is less than 100%, you get what's called half and half milk, and it sells for half as much. If you put this in, apparently, now this is just from reading, it's going to take your productivity up to 100% when you feed them the mixed grain or the mixed stuff. And when it's at 100%, you produce full quality milk, whole milk, whatever you want to call it, and it sells for twice as much as the stuff previous. So let's unload. We can see now that we've got this, that, and the other. We can see our menu, and there we go. Look at that ugly. I told you it was nasty. This nasty green stuff, we're going to put as much of it in there as it'll take. Waiting on the unload. It's just nasty. Nasty green stuff. Looks like slimy, green, fungal, whatever. Anyhow, there it's in. And we've got our mixed rations. It took 18,000, so you could put a ton of that in there. That's supposed to just increase your milk output. So let's fast forward the game a little bit and see if it adjusts that 44% ratio of productivity up any, or if it's just an actual time thing. I think it's all related to game. There it is right there. Boom. There it goes. Quick, like 100% productivity. They ate a little tiny bit of it, 11. I only got 3 cows. But anyhow, what we've covered in this episode, we've covered silage, how to make silage. Now, we did it with grass, but you can do the same thing with chopped corn, which I will show you here in a little bit how to do at the end of this video. I'm sorry, guys, that these videos are getting long, but this one's probably going to be the longest video that I'll ever have to do because it's just so detailed on so many things that you have to do. But we covered silage, we covered making the mix, putting the bales in, the amount, and where to dump it, where to use it. We showed the productivity increase, and now we're going to be producing full milk, 100% good stuff, making full money off that. And then a couple other little tips here and there that were in the middle. All right, so if you already know about chopped corn and stuff like that, you can go ahead and close off. I'm going to go ahead and explain that for anybody that doesn't know. There's a couple things like how you can hook that one up to a trailer and cheap ways to get chopped corn. So let me reset this back to the house. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. I'm going to go over the corn stuff for the people that want to hear it. Again, if you don't know, if you know this information and you don't care, just stop the video because this is the last thing that I'm going to go over in this video, and this video is running long. So anyhow, first thing you need to do is you need to go to the store and go to your harvesters, and right here, the Pottinger Mix 6. What this does is it chops maize to chaff. Maize is actually corn for the English, the Americans, the Australians, anybody that speaks actual English, the British, all that stuff. Maize is just another, same thing here, maize and grass to chaff. This is the big boy version of what we're about to do. This one runs $395,000, and then you have to get this, which is another $41,000. Now, having these two, what it allows you to do is it allows you to dump into your big trailers, your big 40 and 50,000, unit trailers. With the cheap little one that we're about to buy, the Pottinger Mix 6, this one you cannot. This one you have to download into your little generic one trailer, which I'll show you. So let's go ahead and buy one. Harvester's back up. Let's get a Pottinger Mix. We'll buy it, hit back, we'll escape, we'll set it back to the base, to home. And there it is. Now this is the only vehicle that I've come across that they always line up backwards. And I have no idea why it does, but every time you reset this vehicle, it loads up backwards here. You have to come to the back side to attach to it. So don't get confused thinking you need to hook to the other side. You have to hook up to this arm. Now, what we're going to, if we can get out of here, what we're going to do is we're going to go hook it up to the other trailer, because this is like the blower, you know, just like the other one. The pipe on this one shoots, it turns around and faces backwards, and it blows the chaff that you've cut out to the back. So you have to hook it up to one of these little dinky trailers, you know, the little starting trailers. Let's see how difficult it is for me to hook it up. Now, I hooked it up a minute ago with no problems. Alright, so remember, left is right and right is left. Oops. Yeah. Alright, come on, hook up. There it goes. Alright, so now we've got all three vehicles connected. And we're going to go and use this sucker and show you what I'm talking about. Now, the whole purpose behind doing this is to chaff corn, to chuck it basically, without, you know, getting get kerneled corn, chopped up corn, instead of getting the actual, you know, corn symbol item that you use the actual corn header to get. So first thing you want to do is we want to change to the right tool, and then we want to pipe out, which is 3, and there you'll see the pipe turning around to the back, and it'll hover over that trailer. And then we want to unfold the vehicle. And now, just like the potato harvester, you got to kind of run off at an angle. See how it kicks it out beside you? So you want to run off at a side. And then we want to turn it on. And I think you can only do level 2 with this, you know, speed-wise. So let's turn it on. Now it's on. And then we start harvesting our... Let's try 2. It might be 1. Yeah, it's 1. Anyhow, we'll set it at 1, and there you go. You can see it harvesting, and the little icon on the bottom right is chaff. That's, you know, for those that don't know, that's chopped up corn, and it's kicking it off into our trailer. And it's also kind enough to show us down on the bottom right how much is in our actual trailer, not the device that we're looking at. That's our trailer. So you run this off and you fill it up, and you got 2 options with this stuff right here. You can take this and you can sell it in your little deal. You cannot put this in your silos, I don't believe. We'll try. Why not? But I'm pretty sure that the only things you can do with this is silage, which means take it like we did previously, where we put the grass, and you could put this there instead of grass. I don't see why. Grass is free. You can get grass everywhere. This you could be selling. So use the grass to make your silage. You get you a tedder, a big one. You know, spend the money on it. It's nothing. And then spend the $50K and get the big windrower. And then you can just, you know, use the little cheap $30K's worth of mowers, cut the grass, tedder it, and, you know, use that. All right. Notice that even though my wagon is full, my trailer's full, it's still cutting this corn. You have to monitor it with this vehicle and make sure that you turn the thing off, because if you don't turn the thing off, it'll just destroy your corn. You're not getting any of that. It's not putting any of that in the inside the trailer. So let's fold this back up. We'll take it around here. We'll check and see if we can sell it in the little brown barn, like we do everything else. Let's back it up. I hate backing this little trailer. I don't know if any of you have tried to back this little trailer up, but it's about the hardest thing in the world. Plus, I've got another implement on it. So I'm going to cheat. Or try to cheat. We'll try and push it in there. Oh, it might work. Get in there, sucker. No, maybe not. Now I'm going to knock it even worse. Oh, wait. If I just reset my vehicle, I can get another chalk at it. If I can find it. There it is. Alright, let's only display tractors. There we go. Reset vehicle. Let's reset that tractor. Continue. Alright. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to bother with it. Anyhow, I'm pretty sure you can sell it if you can manage to get that trailer in there. It's accepted everything else that I've tried to sell. But that goes over that vehicle and explains how to use it and what it does. And get the poor vehicles. And you can sell it. I'm pretty sure you can sell it there. If you can't, you can't. Try it, and if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. It's not a big deal either way. Most people that are going to chop the corn, they're going to use it to put in for silage anyway. They're not going to. You're not going to do all that anyhow. So, I'm trying to get the trailer reset because I want to verify. Yeah, let's just reset everything if we have to until we can get it. There it is. I want to see if we can put it in the silos. I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure that the silos are limited to them 4 items right now. There will probably eventually be a mod out or something that will let you put whatever you want wherever you want, but right now you can't. But let's verify it. Be 100% sure. So hook up. I'm actually getting a little better at all this driving with this controller. This is I'm using a PlayStation 3 controller, as I've said in several videos, and I'm using the Motion Joy, which lets you hook it up to your computer, and you can run it. If you've got a Bluetooth card, you can run it wireless on your computer, just like with a PlayStation. So it's pretty nice. Chaff is not accepted here. Okay, so yeah, the only thing you can do with it is sell it or use it in the fermenter that I've found. There might be more. We'll find out eventually. That's the end of this video. The next one that I'm going to do, I'm going to grow some sugar beets, show you how to harvest them. I'm going to grow some potatoes, probably going to do a really thin row of potatoes because they're such a pain in the butt to harvest. I'm going to show you how to harvest them, and then although you had some at start, I'll show you how to load them up into the big trailers and whatnot, and because it can be a little quirky if you're not careful. Give me some ideas, guys. Any other videos that you want to see? I think I've covered pretty much everything that I can see other than potatoes and sugar beets. If there's something else you want to see, another vehicle you want to see showcased or premiered, leave a comment. That's all you have to do, and I'll gladly make a video of me doing it. All right. Hope you're enjoying them. Hope you're learning stuff. Talk to you later.